I spent 30 days training like Mike Chang, but trust me, this isn't your typical kind of workout. Mike's unique approach combines tapping, punching, breathing, and getting yourself into some compromising positions. Curious what happens when you trade traditional gym workouts for Mike's dynamic flow? In today's video, I share the effects the past 30 days has had on my mobility, my physique, and most importantly, my mindset. So I've injured my knee, I don't think I can continue training. But before we go any further, who is Mike Chang? For those of you who don't know, Mike was actually one of the original OG fitness YouTubers, performing bodybuilding style workouts that you could follow along at home. Mike was really popular and gained millions of followers online, and then one day, he just completely vanished. And years later, he suddenly re-emerged, and his physique, and more notably his training method, had completely transformed into a style he calls
flow training. Is a training method that trains your body and your mind. On one level, it's training the body on teaching it how to let go, teach the body how to surrender, how to be able to relax, how to stay calm. For the mind, it's teaching the mind how to focus, how to be able to get into like a meditative state, into having more peace.
So Mike's new training philosophy is less on aesthetics and more about feeling good. And if you're new to the channel, that's what we're all about. So there's several flow sessions to choose from, ranging from 7 minutes all the way up to 60 minutes. And being my first day in full gusto, I dived in head first, straight in for the 60-minute session. Each session is broken down into 4 sections, and for section 1, we have tapping. You begin each session by hopping, tapping, and swinging your arms about. This helps to energize and wake up the body, and also feels very primal to me. Tapping your body not only releases tension, but also activates the lymphatic drainage, which I only just learned about in my face yoga video, which also helps release toxins stored in the body. There's also nothing quite like hitting yourself in the face in the morning to get your day started. Who needs coffee? Next up is the strength section, which is a bodyweight circuit with moves such as push-ups, running on the spot, and kicking. Now this may sound easy, but you do each move for 1 minute back to back. And also, did I mention there's burpees? And for section 3, we have stretching. Similar to section 2, these moves are performed back to back, and watching Mike fold himself pretty much in half while I struggled to get in position was very humbling to say the least. And for our final section, we have breathwork and meditation. This section involves different types of breathing, like deep breathing, nasal breathing, and my personal favourite, exhale holds. This is where you exhale all the air out of your body and then just hold your breath. If you've never tried this before, it gives your whole body a calm and euphoric feeling. So I'm pretty sure it's something to do with starving your brain with oxygen, but it feels good nonetheless, and it makes the final meditation very blissful. After my first session was over, I felt a mixture of emotions. I felt tired but energized, calm, but also mostly happy that it was over. That wasn't until I realized that I had to do it all over again for another 29 days. But I'm sure it'll get easier, right? Spoiler alert, it doesn't. The first few days went pretty smoothly until day 4. So I've injured my knee, I don't think I can continue training. So I believe what I have from self-diagnosis is chondromalacia, which in layman's terms means if I put any strain on my knee, it really hurts. So that's kind of why I thought of doing this program. I thought, just doing body weight training and taking it easy would help my body recover. But the strength section, which consists of jumping, lunges, and burpees, has only seemed to make my knees worse, which, when you say it out loud, is pretty obvious really. Hindsight. So I went through his playlist to see if I could find a solution, and discovered that his 30-minute flow training only had 3 movements: push-ups, punching, and squats. So I swapped the squats for kicking, which was one of the movements that didn't aggravate my knee, and we're off to the races. I actually preferred this session as it was only 30 minutes, which is far less daunting to do in the morning, which is when I was doing my training. As the days rolled on, the training did get easier. The time seemed to be going quicker, and I did find myself getting into a flowish kind of state. During the strength training, I was doing over 100 push-ups a session, which I know isn't a lot, but seeing as I was having no rest days, it was starting to take its toll. So a couple of times I ended up just doing the 7-minute flow session, which, to be honest, if they didn't have that session in, I don't know if I'd have made it for the full 30 days. Right, now it's time for the results. Starting with the mental benefits from the training, I did find myself a lot calmer and relaxed after doing the training session. I would relate the mental benefits of this similar to that of the cold shower. Early in the morning, you really don't want to do this training session, but afterwards you're going to feel so good. And the fact that you've got some exercise done and some mobility and breath work first thing in the morning, you really feel like you've been productive early in the day, and that feels good. Now to the physical changes. Did I get any more flexible over the 30 days? No, not really. Though I do think it's worth mentioning that even though I look about as flexible as a piece of wood, the movements do feel more comfortable, and my hips, especially in the saddle position, definitely feel a lot more open. And finally, was there any change to my physique with probably the least amount of exercise I've done in about a decade? And to my surprise, no, not really. I actually think my chest has even got a little bit bigger from all those push-ups I've done every day. So this has really taught me that maybe I don't need to be killing myself in the gym 4 days a week, and I really can start taking more of a holistic approach to my training and looking after my body a little bit better.